Welcome to Everything Currency, and today, as you guys can see, I'm gonna do a nice crypto walk for you guys. And what's interesting about this crypto walk is I didn't really prepare anything to talk about. I just want to try to give a little bit of alpha to the channel because I haven't been dropping as much videos. I know, as I told you guys maybe like 6 months ago, I got something going on where, you know, I'm helping out a family member, helping take care of them, so I was gonna be making less videos, but I wanted to do some alpha dump on some of the stuff that is going on in the space right now, and just talk about some of the things that I'm currently looking at. And predominantly, I guess I could narrow it down in between 3 different ecosystems right now in crypto. And those 3 ecosystems are Pulsechain, the Pulsechain ecosystem, the Hex fam, and all those people. I think there's a lot of potential there, and I think there's going to be a lot of dollars floating around that ecosystem. Whoa. So let me back down off the top of this hill. If you've seen my crypto walks, you might recognize this place. So the Pulsechain ecosystem right now is pretty new. There's not that many tokens dropping on it. I'm gonna go back this way. So I think there's a lot of room. There's like a big opportunity there when it comes to NFTs, when it comes to altcoins, and when it comes to liquidity farming in general. So I've been looking at some Pulsechain projects so that I can go ahead and, you know, scoop up some of those tokens now that Bitcoin is dipping a little bit, and it looks like we might want to go down and test those 21,500 levels. Like we look like we want to dip to 21,300 before we try to head any higher. But we, you know, still early as of recording this video. We got to pump about $500 more. But when it comes to the Pulsechain ecosystem, I'm thinking I could scoop up some of those coins, some wrap Pulse, and I'm looking for projects in that ecosystem. Since it's very new, there's not that many builders building altcoins and stuff over there that has any type of valuable use case for the long term yet that I've seen. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little shortcut and go through the trees right here. But the interesting thing about Pulsechain is there's a lot of liquidity. There's a lot of liquidity from Hex, and there's a lot of you know, liquidity from ETH being bridged over, and a lot of the tokens are getting burned. So you got Pulse X tokens being burned in every transaction, and I think that's going to pay off in the ecosystem in the longer term for things. So that's the first thing that I'm looking at as far as ecosystems go. The second thing I'm looking at, of course, is my top 5 cryptos. And now that I'm bringing up my top 5 cryptos, I might have 4 things for you guys, but I'm bringing up like my top cryptos. You know, DAG, if you watch my channel, there's DAG, Track, thought there was something for y'all to see there. But Track is one of my biggest holds at the moment, because I think there's very much super potential in the project. DAG, I think DAG is very underrated at this point, Constellation, and they have projects building on Constellation. I got a low cap gem coming from them soon in another video with the ads token. We're gonna get into what that's all about. They're actually getting into a area that's kind of untapped as far as crypto goes. So what are my other top 3 currencies? I can't think of it right now because I just, you know, draw myself on a blank right there. But there's so many animals just creeping around, but none of them are popping out. So just making sure ain't no snakes. And the last thing that I've been paying attention to and watching and seeing is very, very interesting is the whole Bitcoin Ordinals thing. Now, the reason why Bitcoin Ordinals is a big deal, and I think stamps as well will be a big deal, but anything built on top of Bitcoin is a big deal because Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the reason we have the crypto space in the first place, you know. So it's like other coins. There's the top 2 cryptos, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum. Every other coin that wanted to be Ethereum or do something with Ethereum or connect to Ethereum, they had some very good gains, right? So like Solana, Ethereum killer. You know, even the coins that I just mentioned, DAG, it's another layer 1 or layer 0. So that's a big deal. Now we got Bitcoin, and now those things can be built on Bitcoin. So it's like the only reason why Ethereum was created was because that stuff couldn't be built on top of Bitcoin. It just seemed better to build it on other things. So it being built on Bitcoin, it is clunky, it is slow, and it is very new. So let me give you an example. People who minted ordinals early, didn't matter what you inscribed on the Bitcoin blockchain. If you minted one of the first 1,000, and keep in mind this was very new when it first came out, and I actually had a chance to mint one of the first 10,000, but I didn't. But if you got a chance to mint one of the first 1,000 ordinals on the Bitcoin blockchain, doesn't matter what you inscribed. You could have inscribed, you could have inscribed a picture of that island right there, or this ground. Now it's selling for like 0.93 BTT. That's the floor. So if you inscribe something beautiful or nice or valuable, then it's gonna be worth than that. But you could inscribe a selfie of yourself, and people are paying you 1 Bitcoin for it, almost 1 Bitcoin, about $23,000, because you were one of the first to the Bitcoin blockchain. The first 10K, keep in mind, I could have got one of the first 1K. So first 10K, shout out to the people who got that. Those things are going for about $10,000. So it doesn't matter what you minted. If you minted early on Bitcoin, it's going for a lot of money, because that's history, right? That is some pretty nice history to be a part of, especially because if you see Bitcoin to be something that's going to be around as the next global currency, then being one of the first people to do that is pretty valuable. So now we're having the first, and in a couple of months, there's already 10,000 or 10 million, my bad, probably 20 million by now, inscriptions on the Bitcoin blockchain. And it's just the beginning. You're seeing a lot of, like I said, it's clunky. It's not, it doesn't seem like the best technology. But the big deal about it is you don't need to hold your artwork on a different server somewhere else. You get to hold it right there on the blockchain. So majority of Ethereum NFTs are held on IPFS. IPFSS is always, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's held in a decentralized storage thing that is not a blockchain, put it that way. And we're in crypto because of blockchain technology, so that matters. Being able to inscribe things right there on the Bitcoin blockchain is very valuable, and the technology is only getting better. So now that the technology is getting better, there is something that's going to be coming out soon that's going to be bringing Ethereum NFTs onto the Bitcoin blockchain with something called a Teleburn, which is where, essentially you burn the NFT on Ethereum, and then it goes and it mints it onto the Bitcoin blockchain. It stores the data from Ethereum that shows that it was burned, and it mints it onto the Bitcoin blockchain. This is going to be huge. It's going to be very controversial as well. And the reason why I say that is because someone from the Bored Apes actually did this. They wanted to be a pioneer, and they burned a Bored Ape on Ethereum and minted it on the Bitcoin blockchain. But the creators of the Bored Ape token said, hey, that don't count, that's not real, we're not going to value that as a traditional Bored Ape because it's not on the blockchain we minted on, blah blah blah. They don't want people to do that, so they're essentially saying, hey, you just ruined your blockchain on Ethereum, and then you minted a fake derivative on Bitcoin. And that's, I don't know why they would do that. You would think that they would want people to go ahead and make them as multi-chain as possible, but it's their IP, and there's a lot of things going on. We're still trying to figure out crypto IPs altogether, but that is something that's going to be coming up, and it's going to start to get very interesting. Now, Bitcoin maximalists, people who think that Bitcoin is the only crypto and the only thing that we should have, they're kind of stupid, because Bitcoin only does one thing. They're hating on this because now it's allowing Bitcoin to do other things. It's pretty interesting. But they're talking about, hey, maybe we could try to prune some of this data. Maybe we can get these guys, these degens, out of our Bitcoin thing. And so there will be, some controversy there, and a little bit of controversy, a little bit of innovation, and good things. And good things can end up coming from it in the long run. So very, interesting things going on right now. So I'm collecting my favorite cryptos, some of those being Track and DAG. Those are the two that I mentioned. I'll give you those other three in another video because I'm not sure by this point which one is actually taking over the other ones in my portfolio. But Pulsechain ecosystem looking very interesting, deploying money over there for sure. And then we got this Bitcoin ordinals, Bitcoin stamps, Teleburning, Bitcoin BRC20s is very, very interesting to me right now. And this is just some alpha for you guys to take a look at. You know, now that we see that, hey, people who are whales on Ethereum, NFT whales I should say, are willing to burn their NFTs and put them on the Bitcoin blockchain. It's kind of a very big deal. So let me know what you guys think about that whole concept. The guy who burned his Bored Ape, the founder of Bored Ape, said, hey bro, you just lost. You just lost. You know, you just lost $100 and something thousand. You just burned a Lambo because that one minted on Bitcoin is fake. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? I think it's pretty stupid because that's supposed to be his NFT. If he paid $100K for it, he should be able to do whatever the hell he wants with that cartoon. So let me know what you guys think about Pulsechain. Is it a waste of time for me to be dabbling in Richard Hart's ecosystem? Like I said, I missed out on a 10,000x on Hex. So I'm saying, hey, let's see if Pulsechain could do 100x. Let's see what we got going on over there in the Pulsechain ecosystem. And of course, my favorite cryptocurrencies have already made me a ton of money, and I'm just looking to do it again. So yeah, y'all think positive and positive things will happen. RIP to crypto roots. And remember, never finish a negative statement about currency. Until next time, roots.